Have you ever used up all your Nook Mall tickets looking for your dreamy and your empty plot autofills with someone you don't want? Or you can't collect enough bells for Tom Nook's outrageous loan costs? Or you need more items for an area you're working on but tired of the 5-item limit? You find yourself with these irritations, so you've resorted to the use of treasure islands that just take hours with the constant loading screens of others flying in and out. Or you've resulted to paying someone with actual real-life money to use their treasure island for an amount of time. Well, in today's video, we will discuss how to resolve these problems because I have found our Lord and Savior, OrderBot. OrderBot is a free service by Sakura Gaming on Twitch and Discord, and they have 61 free treasure islands and 26 treasure islands for Twitch subscribers. Before we get into using the OrderBot, be sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. But let's get into it.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to twitch.tv, and you're going to want to find Sakura Gaming, which I already follow them. That's their handle right here, and you should give them a follow, just because all of their, most of their treasure islands here and their order bot that I will be showing you today is free. So giving them a sub or follow on Twitch definitely helps them out, just because those resources are free for you to use. Now, if you do go into their chat and go !Discord, you'll get access to their Discord here. It gives you a link, and if you follow this link, you'll be sent to their Discord here. So the first thing you're going to want to do in their Discord is go to their server rules, and then you're going to want to read all the rules just to make sure that you know the rules and you don't get banned or anything like that. Because discipline is a warn and then kick and then ban, so we don't want that. You just have to click the reaction here and you'll get access to the rest of the Discord. And the second thing you're going to want to do to set up, so they have a setup thing, but the only thing you need to do to set up is go into the server and edit server profile. And you want your nickname to be your in-game name. My in-game name is Andy. You want your in-game name to be right here, and then you're gonna want to slash or dash or whatever you want to use. It's in the setup. I use a slash because it's easiest, and then your island name, and that is all that you need to do to set up, so that they just know that it is you who is coming in. Because when it comes, when you fly over, that is your name, that is your island name, and they just want to make sure that it is you. So that is all that you need to do to set up. If you ever need help, there is a help desk. They are wonderful with helping out, because sometimes codes don't work the way that they're supposed to. If you don't have your setup done correctly, they will ping you in this channel. Everything like that is there. Now, the only thing that I really use in this, they also have this, which I didn't know was a thing until recently. They have preset premates. There you go. Preset codes. So if you are restarting your island, these are the pre 2.0 update flyover or flyable DIYs and materials. New 2.0. So that's really helpful. If you're restarting your island, you get all of those DIYs. Instead of going to a treasure island and taking away way too much of an amount of time to get those. But the only thing that I really use is the Binks order or the Shopee order. And I will always just like see if anyone's in the position. So someone's in position 1, but this was at 4:13 a.m. and right now it is 10:42 a.m. So you would be good to go. You would be put into position 1 if you made an order right now. Binks is normally used more. You can see that someone just made an order because they're in position 1 for 10:42. So you would be better off at making a order in Binks. That's not the one. You want open. There we go. So this is, they have it set so that these go away, like your messages. But if we go all the way up, this is all the rules. So, I don't think we need any of this. Okay, so flowers. I'll go over basically everything because even just seeing this is really difficult. I highly suggest doing this on mobile. Like, I'm displaying this on my laptop right now, but I do all of my order bot things on my phone because I have a note with all my order bot codes. Because when I am doing an island, I need the same flowers and trees and sometimes even items. So like the last island I did was a whimsical cottagecore, so I needed a lot of glowing moss and vines and giant vine items and all that. So I had those just in my notes. So, and flowers is something that is very tedious to type, so I highly suggest doing that, getting a note. Now for Binks, you will always need a prefix plus, and for Shopee, you'll always need this prefix, and it's always order something. So for flowers, I always get them in like the fully grown state, which is plant. So if we want a white lily, just like the example says, white lily plant, then this will give you a full pocket full of white lily plants. Sometimes the order bot gives you random things. So if I want a full pocket, I usually ask for 40 just to ensure that it is 40 white lilies that I am getting and not other colors. But if you want pink lilies, it would just be the same, pink, and then dash lily plant. And that is all that you do for flowers. This works for every type of flower. Now, I did have issues with getting some like hybrid colors, and I had to ask the help desk for help, and they gave me particular like codes that worked for that, and it's in my notes. So sometimes, it doesn't work. It's a bot. We have tech issues. So if that ever happens, go to the help desk and they will be able to help you there. They are phenomenal. So moving on to trees. You can get them in you can get them in the stunted form. You can get them in the full grown. You can get them in anything you need. So like you can get them bamboo shoot, you can get nursery coconut, large young bamboo, small young hardwood. So like you can see it's nursery, small young, medium, large, and sapling, and money tree, and then you got your fruit trees. So they're very like complex when you're just reading that. But when I order trees, I'm just looking up, I get them fully grown, which is the large young. So it's just as simple as putting plus order and then large young hardwood. And boom. That's it. Now and you can just follow that for like the order format. It can be nursery hardwood, small young hardwood, medium young hardwood. Same thing for the cedars. So for the fruit, I think you gotta like look up the code for the type of fruit. So I'm gonna type up look up. I'm just gonna see if we can look up a pear tree. Yep, we got a code. So for that, you just put in order 0D2A, and that's a pear tree. I don't know what state, like growth state, that will come in. I didn't ever order fruit trees, so I will have to maybe look into that. But for now, we'll move on to villagers. So obviously you have to have a villager in boxes or like moved out when you are looking for another villager. You have to have an empty plot, basically. So you can order them by their name or ID. There's many different ways. I just find it easier to do order. I don't know why I'm on caps. Order villager, and then this colon and their name, Raymond. And that would be it. That's it. It is that simple. As long as you have an empty plot, you can fly over with when they send the dodo code to you, and you will have your dreamy villager. So this is the commands. We will go through this eventually. It's a lot to explain right now, so we'll move on and see if there's anything else I can go over. There are mystery orders that you can get surprises. I haven't done this myself. Feel free to experiment that as you will. Sleeping villagers. So sometimes the island time. So you gotta check. I never had this issue, and if I ever do have this issue, I just go to the help desk and they just tell me where I need to go, because I find this too intricate to figure out on my own. So I think that's basically it. It's just the commands. So this is basically for items. So if I want items, so I actually have items that I want to get, and one of them is, it's like basically a set outfit for when I restart my island. So I know that one of them is sheep hood, so I'm gonna look up sheep hood, but I want this one in white, so I'll tell you how to do that in a second. So it does come up brown, blue, pink, and white. So now I'm gonna want to customize this. So customize, or actually no, not for this one. This was probably a bad example, but now I can just order 1559, and then I would get a sheep hood. You would get a full pocket full of sheep hoods if I just did that. They always put out 40 items no matter what. If you need 40 items or not, it's going to be there on the island. You can always leave it there. It's going to reset as soon as you fly back for the next person. So if we want, if we want a pergola, where you can look up a pergola and we get the pergola. So now we got to look up the item 3768 in order to see the customization codes for the pergola. So I'm putting in plus item 3768. And now we have the customizations from 0 to 6. So now we're going to put in customize. We want to put in the pergola code, which is 3768. Oops. 3768. And then we want to space and put in the type of color that we want. 0 will always be the neutral one. So 3768, you will get customization 0. If you want any other customization, you'll have to use that number. So we can go with 1, and you can customize. And then this is the code that you will use when you want to order this particular customed pergola. So that is how you use the commands. Now there are a couple more commands as well. I'm just gonna look at them really quick. So I showed you how to use order, lookup, and item, and customize. Recipe gives you the code for crafted items and recipe cards. If I never really had to use this because I never wanted the DIYs for stuff. Okay, so you put in plus recipe garden wagon. It gives you the code for just the garden wagon item or the DIY code for the garden wagon. But if you do the OrderBot pre-mades, then you'll more than likely get most of the DIYs anyway. And I just honestly use this instead of DIYs for the most part anyway. So I would probably just order like 10 of these or however many I need. So that's the recipe command. The next command is remove, and that's the last command. So if I put in a order for the garden wagon, so that would be 20E3. We gotta put in an order. Oh my gosh, we're in caps. Okay, there we go. Order this, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want this anymore, or something came up and I can't come anymore. You can go plus remove. I think plus cancel also works. And let's see if cancel works. And yes, so remove and cancel works. Confirmed. And I believe that is all of that you need to know about the OrderBot. And I will copy and paste an order and show you just kind of like the process of like getting the code and all that. So I will see you in just a second. So you can see here in my DMs that the bot has private messaged me. It says to ensure that inventory is empty. You don't always have to have an empty inventory. I've gone without empty inventories before and it's been fine. Like if I'm only getting a couple items, I don't usually empty my inventory. And it says that they will send the dodo shortly. So we will just wait for that. Okay, so we were just sent the dodo code. So we just go to the airport like you would normally. Technically, I should have already did this, but here we are. You have 180 seconds. So You have a little bit of time before the code expires. So we just need to connect to the internet and put in the Dodo code. So we just got a message in Discord. It says visitor arriving. Andy, your items will be in front of you once you land. So we are on the Binks Island, and this is what the flowers look like when you order them. This island has had this slingshot here the past couple times I've been here, which is really weird. But you just pick them all up like this. Now here I do have a full pocket, so I am just going to drop it, and it is okay to leave items back there if you don't want all of them. So we are just going to head back to our island, and I will show you the Discord message that you get when you have completed your loot. And the message seems to be taking a little bit of time to show up, so I'm just going to scroll up and show you. So when you fly back to your island, usually you'll get this this message right away. It will say your order is complete. Thank you for your order. Thank you for looting. And that way you know that everything went through. You should have everything in your inventory when you fly back to your island. And this has been how to use the order bot. I hope you have fun looting. See you in the next one.